Hello. So now the question is, are we aligned? All right, so according to Google, alignment between people means having shared values, goals, or interests, leading to a sense of partnership and moving forward together. It's not about everyone agreeing on one person, but rather about mutual understanding and agreement on a shared course of action, allowing for trust and collaboration to thrive. Um, in professional relationships, it means shared vision or purpose, a collective agreement, meaning agreeing on a course of action rather than considering all the data and options necessarily, like even if it requires some dissent and commitment to disagree and commit. Shared responsibility, strategic cooperation. All right, so with that in place, are we aligned? So, really, on some level, it's sort of up to you. And basically, at this point, because this is a video and because I can only really present my side of what I know of alignment and what has been in alignment with my clients. I can only really like present you with mine, and then you gotta like you're on your end. You're the one who says, okay, am I going to is this something that I can work with? Can I commit to this? Is this someone that I could even just, sit down with for a little bit and see if we could be aligned, right? So alignment is one of those things where not only is it energy, but it's also shared values. For instance, I've worked with um, well, I was working with business owners who, unfortunately, I found out later were committing fraud or scamming people, and this is not in alignment with me. I do not like unethical behavior. Now, that said, there is a difference between unethical behavior and certain tactics that are used in sales techniques. I I do not I don't really like the whole pressure system kind of thing, but at the same time I know that everybody needs to have that little bit of like, hey, I only have limited amount of time, so at least I can say that. That is an absolute truth. I only have a limited amount of resources, I only have a limited amount of products. That is absolute true. However, I it's the unethical nature of purposely defrauding and scamming people that I do not agree with. So, just right off the bat, if you're somebody who is looking to scam people out of their money, out of their time, resources, whatever, we're not a good fit and we're not in alignment. So, and I'm totally okay with like not working with you. One of the things too about alignment is like if you were to look at your friends and if you were to look at your fellow business owners and you were to say, can I reasonably say that my friends and my business owners and like the people in my organization are doing good work, like for the good of others, then yeah, we very well might be in alignment. But if you are knowingly seeing that your work, your prices, your money, your time, your resources are taken away and drastically reducing the welfare and well-being of others, we might not be a good fit. Um, so I've also worked with business owners who love serving their community. They love serving others. They love like building their team up, and they're just maybe looking at different ways to, like, maybe tweak their business practices, right? This is absolutely something that we can work with and something that I can do, and so that would be something that would be in alignment. If you have a goal or dream that you've been wanting to work on, and you find that you're having this resistance, you're not sure where this resistance is coming from, you're not entirely certain whether or not it's mindset or limiting beliefs or your relationship with God or your relationship with yourself or your self-interests or or what it is that um culture and society is like telling you that you need to do, we're gonna be a great fit. If you're wondering how to move forward on your dreams and goals that is meant for, for helping the your community, or you have this goal in mind that is really creative and it's next level, and it's like, really like, you're super excited about it, and it's, really good piece of technology or really good way of thinking, and you're just having trouble like initiating it and getting that action worked on, and doing those steps, then absolutely will be a great alignment. So maybe right now, you could be, so real quick, if you are in a spot where you're like, I don't know how to take action on these goals and dreams, guess what? It's not your fault. It's not your fault, not at all. Because a lot of the times we are following the advice of people who are not in our industry, or they don't know exactly what it's like to be in a leadership position as a business owner, an influencer, or a minister, and they just don't understand the kind of pressures that it takes to make good decisions and be strategic and like look outside the box or look at strategy in a new way. And I do, because I've been an influencer. I have been an influencer myself. I wrote many, like, it was these Facebook posts, like I just started writing, and I wrote for about, it was less than a year, and I got all these followers from around the world. I got up to like I got up to 10,000 followers, um 18,000 followers across all platforms. But then one of the things that I had to do was, I was like, okay, I need at one point I was just like, quality over quantity. And some of those uh connections, just they themselves were, fraudsters, or they were just like, it just wasn't in alignment. And so I had to be particular about who I let into my circle. And you should be particular too. I mean, like, if you're watching this right now and you're like, I don't like her energy, or I don't like the way that she speaks, I don't like, or something about me just like is off-putting to you or annoying, absolutely, we're not going to be a good fit, and that's okay. I highly suggest, then, if you're ever at that point where you're like, I don't like her energy, I don't like her voice, I don't like blah blah blah, guess what? There's a whole lot of business coaches, leadership coaches out there, and they would love to work with you. And I would love it to work with someone who likes me. And so if you're watching this and you're like, oh, I love her energy, I love the way that she's speaking, I love the things that she's saying, then yes, we're going to absolutely be a great fit. Um, I'm trying not to say, but like when you say, then you start to like focus on that. Anyway. So when you're while you're listening to this, you might be thinking, why me? Or why would she even want to listen to me? Like, I'm not the top dog. Or even if you are, a lot of people still have this uh like, still feel like, even though they have all this success, that they don't deserve, or that they're not enough, or that they need more, they need to be more perfect or whatever. And guess what? You don't need to be perfect. In fact, if anything, being imperfect is exactly like, and embracing that is gonna be even more in alignment, because the more that we're able to be humble together, the more that we're able to be honest and work with integrity. Because the most important thing in any kind of professional relationship, and especially in coaching, consulting, leadership coaching, transformational mindset stuff, is the importance of honest and open communication. And if you're ever, if you're having trouble right now and you're thinking like, well, I can't really be like open and honest and vulnerable because I'm not with my own family, then I will tell you that as much as I possibly can, I try to keep all of my conversations, all of my phone calls completely confidential. No other eyes are going to see. No other eyes are going to be on you, or what's going on in your business or what's going on in your industry. And even if I was talking to a competitor, because I already know, they're not going to know anything. I'm not going to tell them. I don't do that. I mean, I think that the marketplace is a lot of fun when people are just doing the best that they can in their own, little race that they're doing. And there is absolutely never ever, okay, I'm trying to not say a vow. As much as I possibly freaking can, I'm going to keep everything that you tell me safe and confidential because I work with integrity. And if you're somebody who wants to work with integrity, then absolutely we're going to be a good fit. And uh, so maybe you might also be thinking right now, well, why me? Why not you? Like, you're here, you're a leader, you're an influencer, you're a business owner, you're a motivator. People come to you. If people come to you and they seek out your advice, you're a leader. And if you, like, in the back of your head, you're like, well, what if I mess up? That's actually a really good sign that you care. Or what if I can't do it? That's a really good sign that you want to do it. Like, it's almost like that's what I interpret that as. And we can go into it more. I mean, because everybody is going to be a little bit different, because everybody has different motivations, everybody has different experiences, everybody has different perceptions of those experiences. And if even right now you're like, so why me? So if you say why me, well, why not you? People go to you, people ask you for your advice. If you're somebody who works with integrity, you want to make the world a better place, why not you? Why not? Can you, like, I can think of a million reasons why yes. Can you think of some reasons why not? And you're probably going to be thinking, well, I'm not good enough, I'm not deserving enough, I didn't get enough love during childhood. Hey, you know what? Me neither. And guess what? I'm still here. And if I'm still here and you're still here, God has allowed us to continue, and it's not done yet. Oh my God, the fact that I like am that cup. All right. Anyway, it's a weird little cup. Okay. I apologize. I did not even think that I was gonna wear that cup, but yeah, it's a cute little cup. It's weird. It's weird. So just like with life, right? Like maybe right now you're here and you're just like, well, why me? Life is weird. Life sucks. Like life is stressful. Life is frustrating. Even better, if life is frustrating and stressed out and you're like, and you're getting all these feelings and you just don't know what to do with them and it feels all overwhelming and you need to have more structure, more strategy, more routines, more processes, more team dynamics, more delegation, so that you can take back your time, so that you can take back your energy, so you can take back your power. Yes, even more, we are even more aligned, because right now, if you are feeling stressed, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're wanting to press that little reset button that says, God, take this away, you know, take away this stress, take away this anxiety, help me know where to go, what to do, how to think about it. Boom, right here. That's what I do. That's what I do. And I have a lot of people who, after working with me, have been like, wow, thank you. I'm like, I was just being myself, you know? Like I'm one of those, even before coaching, I was always one of those people who I would take what I've applied and I would help others. I was just always like helping others, always serving, always doing the best that I can. And I've had to learn. God has had to like prepare me and teach me for this moment right here. And he's prepared and taught you like this moment right here for you too. This moment is not an accident. I bet you this moment is not an accident. I can guarantee that this moment is not an accident, but you know, you might have your own opinions and you are absolutely allowed to have them and to share them, whatever they are, so long as they're not offensive. And if you're wanting to be somebody who's offensive, dishonest, not working with good integrity, not working with good character, don't take me seriously. Don't think that I'm just gonna like harm you in some way, then maybe we're not a good fit. And for something like that, I would highly recommend therapy. There's no harm in going to seek help, okay? But what I do is that I help those who have already seen a certain level of financial and followership and flock success. So if you are still struggling, like if you're way below, say 1,000 followers, and you're way below, you're definitely below $500,000 a year or more, I might not be able to help you. I you, there's a certain cap that you need to get to in order for me to help you, because one of the things that success requires is change and improvement. Because what got you to $1 million isn't going to get you to $2 million, isn't going to get you to 5 million, isn't going to get you to 10. Like there are things that have to be initiated into your business, into your influence, and into your ministry that just require change. And it requires new ways of thinking, and it requires new different changes in leadership, or how it is that the dynamics of your business and how it is that you go about influencing doing your business, or in pastoral or ministry, that nonetheless it it will change. It will change and grow as you grow. And it's really important to keep that in mind and recognize that, because you know, ego and pride. So maybe right now you're like, "Oh, well, I don't need to ask for help." I completely understand. I completely understand. I've been there too. I've had pride up the wazoo. I don't need help. No, 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 no. I know. I understand. I understand what it's like to feel like you don't need to ask for anybody's help, or having a hard time asking for help, because it takes a certain level of admitting that you might be wrong. Like just like I had to do. Like I had to admit that I was wrong. I had to admit that I didn't know. I had to admit that I needed outside help. And guess what? Getting that outside help was the best thing that ever happened, because now I was not only able to grow, but I was also able to grow my influence. I was able to grow my business. I was able to grow my leadership. And the more that you are able to accept help from others, and the more that you're able to seek help from others, the more that you will be able to learn, grow, influence greater, make more money, have better employees, have a better environment, have more dedicated employees, getting that happy money that aligns with your values, getting those goals and dreams like off and running like the way that you want to, and doing the things that you want to do. Wow, fulfillment. Talk about wholehearted living. I highly recommend it. Like, that's why it is that we seek help. That's why it is that we're built for connection. We're built for community. People are built for community, and people are built to connect with one another and connect with another human being. And, you know, AI is now a big thing, but AI will never be a human. Straight up. Like, AI is never going to be a human. And you're only really going to be able to get that kind of like human interaction with another human. Hey, here I am. Hi. So my name is Charlotte Eisentrout. Uh, there's a button down below. What I offer is transformational business mindset coaching for business leaders, influencers, and ministers. And so there's going to be a few buttons down below. One will take you to learn more about the coaching, and then I'll see you there. But the other one, you'll be able to have the chance to sign up for an event and like actually talk to me, because maybe even right now you're thinking, well, I don't really know Charlotte. Well, the events or the there's a clarity session or the events, those are great opportunities to really get to know me and to get to know, see if we're aligned even more, right? Because then the more that I see where you're at and where you want to go and what your dreams and goals are, the more that I know whether or not I can help you. And so right now I have a clarity session. If you click that button down below, it'll take you to be able to just get on my calendar real quick. And I'd love to see you there. So go ahead and click on a button if you're interested, and if you feel like what I've said aligns with your values and what you're looking for. Because again, maybe you have a dream or goal that you're having some trouble taking action on, and you have some of this resistance, but you don't know where it's coming from. And I can really help you be able to target the origin and help you solve that, which pretty sure I'll be going over in my next video. So again, just go ahead and click that button down below, and I really look forward to helping you get to your next level of success. I'll see you